Hello everyone, it's Minato here, and we're bringing you back with another Dokkan video. Today, of course, we're taking another team into the Legendary Vegeta event. As you can see, we're taking the legendary, well, I guess you could say Majin Buu Saga team led by STR Super Vegeta here, and we're just gonna make a mockery of this event. I mean, let's be honest, I just did this one because it's one of the ones I want to do. First and foremost, I want to make sure I get all the probably the actual sagas done. Again, I want to try and get the Kid Goku Saga, I forgot what's called, Dragon Ball Saga done, but there's just no Kid Goku friends, so it's very hard for me to go ahead and finish that off, and much less actually getting it done when I find one, because that's going to be a very difficult one to get done. But as you see right here, I did bring a couple of stacking units on the team. So first and foremost, let's talk about the big boy, Tech Ultimate Gohan, one of my favorite units in the game still. Like, no matter what you say, what you think about him or not, he is good for long events because he's able to stack up over time, becomes invincible, he builds up all his ki from his passive, you know, and he's just there for you as a wad. What's not to love about him in long events at the very least? I understand may not like his attack, but again, over time, he is able to build up his attack to pretty solid numbers, especially with how long this event actually does go up for specifically. I also opted to go with the rotation of Kid Trunks and Kid Goten. So I just did this to just show off that they actually work pretty well in here, and that you don't have to bring a team full of, you know, stacking units to do really good in an event like this. I mean, to be honest, they basically do stack. They raise their attack and defense by 50% for 6 turns. So if you keep them on a rotation together, they're definitely going to be able to get a lot of super attacks off. They share like 6 out of 7 links with each other. What happens is that they give all allies 18% attack and defense, and then they also reduce damage received by 18% on their own when there's a Goten or Trunks attacking in the same turn, vice versa for each unit. So when I bring them together, obviously they're going to get the damage reduction and support each other, and with all the links they share, they're just a very, very powerful combination. You know, especially in this phase right here, Goten just takes like no damage right here. It's crazy. We're like already so like, we're very into the event already. He's just taking no damage. I mean, that's a defense lowering super attack. That could do a lot of damage. This Vegeta, you know, starting for the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, because of his defense lowering, this guy can start doing a lot of damage right there. But speaking of which, we also saw Mr. Saiyan right there. So I did bring the AGL Mr. Saiyan Hercule, however you say it. He's a greatly stacking unit. And on top of that, he does support the Majin Buu Saga category team himself, I believe. I believe it's 2 ki and 20% attacking defense. Yeah, 2 ki and 20% attacking defense, which is pretty solid. He also reduces damage, and he has a chance to evade. Now, like at the very end, I'm able to go ahead and get him exchanging into Majin Buu. So when he exchanges into Majin Buu, he has Guard, which is very powerful, of course. It just needs a Hercule Goku attacking in the same turn, which, of course, we have plenty of Gokus on the team with the STR Vegeta and the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then he does give Majin Buu Saga category allies 2 ki and 30% attack and defense. So overall, he's good. He also does greatly raise his attack and defense as well on super attack effect. So this Majin Buu is actually a pretty good unit for sure. The only issue is that all of his links change, so that's really the biggest thing that comes with him. If you build around the team with Mr. Saiyan, you can't really build around with Buu. But at the very least, you know, he doesn't link. They don't link well with the team anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Like you see right there, there's no links that are shared between the two. Another unit I want to bring up is, of course, the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku is another unit option I'm opted to bring here. He's not really great for long events, but he's one of the better tech units probably on this category team. I mean, again, it's Tech Ultimate Gohan, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then there's Gohan and Goten actually could work pretty well here, honestly. Next to Tech Ultimate Gohan, you know, once they build up their ki, they'll be able to share like All in the Family, First Battle, and that's basically it. But All in the Family being that 20% defensive link is very, very powerful for those two together. Again, that defensive link here, again, it doesn't, you could, I feel like in like this event specifically, since there's a lot of defense lowering going on, as long as you could tank and whittle his health down, you'll be good, honestly. And look right here, Tech Gohan is going to take like no damage, obviously, because, you know, he's been stacking the whole event. But yeah, back to Super Saiyan 3 Goku, though. He's definitely one of the stronger tech units in this event. And obviously, you want to make sure you bring some tech units for the last phase specifically. He can Rainbow Orb change. He can be super effective for the first few turns. He's just overall a powerful unit. especially if you're able to get him the Rainbow Orbs, he could be pretty monstrous. He's a very good floater for the team as well, because he does raise his attack and defense on super attack. Outside of that, I mean, the only unit we really talk about is STR Vegeta. I mean, they're still one of the best units in the game, so like a top 5 kind of unit in the game. Like, probably not actually like top 5, quote unquote, if I had to rank the units, but he's a contender for top 5, that's for sure. At least like a top 10 best unit in the game contender. This guy is still extremely powerful to this day. It's absurd. With their damage reduction, their transformation, well, more so their fusion with the healing and everything. Their link stands incredible. It's like too much. And they're so good that I didn't worry about bringing any other STR units to this phase specifically, because they're just gonna destroy this phase by themselves, so it doesn't really matter. Now right here, I'm just kind of doing whatever. I mean, I took a look at the defense stats. I feel like at the end of the event, Goten and Trunks, that's when they could probably start taking some damage, especially when they get super attacked. So you really want to be careful there. But if you look right here, Trunks doesn't really take too much damage. Like, it's like 130 carousel, right? Yeah, less than that. I mean, he doesn't really take damage there, which is very impressive, guys. You have to understand, this blue Vegeta hits extremely hard. Like, he is one of the harder hitting bosses in the game, easily. This guy could do a lot of damage too. And, you know, luckily them being able to have that damage reduction helps out a ton against super attacks. So that's why I really did also want to bring the Goten and Trunks. And this Mr. Satan getting double super attacks everywhere like that is very, very good for the team. Now, if you talk about some alternative options you could run, you can run Physical Dabura. Physical Dabura is very good because he is able to stack his defense throughout the whole event. He's getting 30% defense. And technically he does support extreme class allies, so if he brings, like, say, LR Buhan, which is another very powerful unit to bring for this event, because again, he's also a stack unit that'll be able to stack throughout the whole time, he'll be able to swarm him. I just had to fuse into Vegito here, because A, we're at the end of the, we're basically me at the end here. I was pretty sure we're going to kill Vegeta right here, first and foremost. So I wanted to make sure I see where the super attack is. And then since we're pushing this Vegeta off rotation, we're not going to really see him come back on rotation, you know, for the first few phases of Blue Evolution fight, which is going to be very important. Because if this Vegito, even against normal attacks, this Vegito could take some damage against type disadvantage. So I wanted to be safer than sorry. And I wanted to also get the heal. Again, the heal. I wanted to go into the next fight with like as much health as possible, because that's obviously very important considering how much damage the guy does. And like with the Vegeto's getting the additional super attack, we didn't even have to worry about technically fusing. I think I killed him with Vegito. This Vegito, right? No, I don't. But still, I mean, we didn't necessarily have to fuse here, but I wanted to make sure we can start getting that, you know, super attack reveal, which is definitely the most important in this phase right here, because again, the lowering defense is pretty absurd, and it can get you can get caught for sure. I feel like AGL Super Vegito is a unit you could bring, especially if you're able to get his super attack revealing. It could be very powerful. I think a good option as well is Tech Exchange Boo. You could probably run that sounds crazy to say, you could probably run a rotation of Exchange Boo and the LR Buhan. The reason why is because he's tech first and foremost, and secondly, when he gets into Super Boo, he can still be pretty solid with a 3-turn greatly raised attack and defense. So right here, I was thinking about what to do, specifically if we go back to the actual gameplay, because I had Trunks right here, and then I wanted to keep the Goten and Trunks rotation, right? But also, I wasn't sure how much damage Goten would take, and of course, I was pretty sure Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku was gonna take way less damage than the Goten. I believe I did opt to go ahead and keep the rotation as it is, because we definitely want to keep that damage reduction. And since it's only one attack with the super attack there, if anything, if need comes be, we can go ahead and use an items. I'm not afraid to pop items in these runs specifically, so it's not something I necessarily like, oh, I want to do these no item runs, you know. I don't really necessarily care about doing that here. I just want to make sure I go ahead and get the event done with this category team. But if you look right here, Trunks again, he's taking double digits. And then Goten right here is probably going to take, I believe, he took around like a good 300k, I believe, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 300k. I mean, again, that Blue Evolution Vegeta, man, he does a lot of damage. I'm sure a lot of you know how tanky this Goten can be, especially once his stacks going up. I'm sure many people probably use him in the legendary Vegeta, in the legendary GT Goku event. So, I mean, you can kind of, I mean, to be fair, in that event, technically, he can get caught type disadvantage. But you guys get what I mean here. I was thinking about it, and you know, I feel like his defense was a little too low. I was thinking about fusing here, but I said no. What I was thinking about like fusing because there's no super attack, right? So I was gonna fuse and use an item, but I decided not to. I didn't think we needed to since there's no super attack this turn. And since we had a long time, I feel like we still could go through this event for a couple of turns. I wanted to make sure, just in case, we were able to get the super attack effects, the super attacks to resplat, I guess you could say. And along with that, I felt like it would have been best to go ahead and make sure we save the, what's the word? I wanted to make sure we save the heal. Now, actually, I believe, you know, I said earlier, I didn't really care about using items, but I think I was thinking, like, since we're at the end, I'd have to use an item. We could probably get a no item run. But, it was this next turn that scared me right here. Because we had STR Vegito, we had Trunks. I couldn't put Goten in the first slot because his defense was lowered without an item. So, I decided to go ahead and, after some thinking, I did pop an item. I popped Princess Snake because we had the damage reduction. And then if anything, next turn we could just heal with my Vegito, and then we'd be all good. And then Vegito right here in the back end would also do a lot of damage because he's not getting super attacks. So we'll also be able to tank a lot better. Thinking about other units that you could bring, I would say, I mean, I don't necessarily see anyone else you could bring. You could bring the, I'm trying to see who else you could bring. I mean, you could bring a lot of other units, probably, like, you know, the physical Super Saiyan 2 Gohan support, physical Super Saiyan 2 Goku support. Yeah, right there did, like, no damage. I think you could bring the STR 18, even though she's type disadvantage here. She had the damage reduction, the support. She's going to be very good. I feel like High School Gohan you can get away with. STR Videl you can get away with, for sure. Hercule is another unit you can get away with. There's, like, so many options on this team, you know. And this is just the Majin Buu Saga part. We haven't even, like, I never, like, try to dip into, like, you know, the saviors, not saviors, the Battle Wits category. And if you look right here, I decided to transform to Tech Ultimate Gohan. We basically did go ahead and win, so this is basically wrapping it up here. That's the Majin Buu Saga team. I mean, pretty invincible. We had to use one item, unfortunately. I feel like if I did transform to Vegito that turn before, we would have died if I didn't use an item. Because STR Vegeta was taking 18k, and he got a, you know, he had his damage reduction and got a super off and everything, so Vegito would have taken way too much damage, and he wouldn't have done enough damage back in return to kill the Vegeta before you killed him. But yeah, I believe Tech Gohan does finish things out with a 6.2 million attack stat, and we finished it off. So let me know what you guys think of the Majin Buu Saga team. Obviously, I'm sure most of you guys think this team is going to be very, very powerful. But thank you all for watching till the end. Like, share, subscribe if you did enjoy the video. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.